Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses, Cindered Shadows. My name is Tom, otherwise known as Titanium Legman, and today we are going to continue our journey alongside of the Ashen Wolves. When last we left off, we had survived an underground ambush. Monsters, golems, and spirit soldiers chasing after us after having claimed the chalice, which we had so desperately been seeking. After evading them, and escaping back into Abyss, we now need to reconvene and decide what our next course of action is. Let us begin.
Well, that was awful. I'm never going back down there, that's for damn sure.
With things like that wandering around, you couldn't even if you wanted to.
You know, I think it was a valuable learning experience, if I have to say so.
Aren't you optimistic? There were a few times I was sure we were done for.
Has Ulfric yet returned? We must present the chalice to the church at once.
You're all safe? How could you sneak off at a time like this?
Yeah, that's my first reaction as well. Did something happen? That's not a normal greeting.
Some strangers from the outside have kidnapped Master Ulfric.
Ulfric? No, it cannot be true.
Kidnapped. Totally isn't leading them at all. They definitely kidnapped him. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
It happened as soon as he returned from the monastery. Bandits were lying in wait.
Damn it! How could this happen?
This was clearly premeditated. I am certain it is connected to the bandits we fended off earlier.
Have you alerted the church?
Not yet. It all happened so suddenly. Do you think we should? Can we trust them? If we cause too much trouble, Abyss is doomed.
Now isn't the time to worry about that. We're in no position to cover something like this up. The church has eyes and ears everywhere, so they may already know what's going on. Either way, go and tell them the news. Now.
Sure thing. Understood.
I mean, that's a fair point. Say they do already know. And say they're not involved or anything like that. Say they've heard about it, they know what's going on. If we then try to lie about it and cover it up, it's just going to give them even more reasons to distrust us. You know, it's not our fault that bandits came and kidnapped the guy, right? I mean, they could spin it that way if they wanted to, but the denizens of Abyss and the Ashen Wolves also have the benefit of us being Byleth and the students being there. And that probably would give us a lot of negotiating room. So, either way, it makes sense to go and tell them.
Also, if anyone was wounded, send them here. We'll patch them up with healing magic. Wait, where's Happy? And Linhardt?
Happy, wherever did you disappear to? Ulfric has been...
I know. Take a look at this.
What's that? Looks like some kind of fancy letter.
That's because it is. It was lying in the classroom. We have abducted Cardinal Ulfric. We can guarantee his safety, for now.
Oh, he's a cardinal.
If you want to help him, meet us tomorrow evening in the ruins of the old chapel. Bring the chalice. Know that if you alert the knights, the Cardinal's life will be forfeit.
Bring the chalice. So here's the issue with that. We just got the chalice. It has been a scant few hours, as far as we know, since we got the chalice. We literally went, explored the ruins, found our way outside, fought off the golems, got the chalice, came back, got ambushed along the way by golems and phantom soldiers and bandits, got back here, now this is happening. The only bandits we ran into along the way were the ones that we slaughtered. So unless they've just been spying on us, the only way that they might have any idea that we would get the chalice would be if Ulfric knew about it. Just saying. Could it be?
No doubt about it. This letter must have been left by the people who abducted Ulfric.
Then
Or it
our
was left by
enemy
Ulfric
really
himself.
is after the chalice. All the while, they were waiting for us to locate it for them. No. Something about this does not ring true.
Yeah.
None of it rings true. So which part in particular are you talking about?
How did the enemy know that we were searching
Yeah,
for the
okay, see,
chalice
good.
to begin with?
This is something I will say that, I'll stop pausing so much here in a second. I just have a lot of thoughts. This is something that Three Houses has been really good about. Like, laying clues that, or like, plot threads or what have you, that are so obviously traps or overdone nonsense or whatever. And then immediately having the students call it out too. It's like, oh, thank God. If they're going to lay a contrived plot point, at least have the characters be aware of it and call it out. Like, please, at least do that for me. So, that's nice. That's good to see.
This can only mean that someone in Abyss is...
You smell a rat. Someone who notified the Church of our plan. It's no good talking about theoretical rats right now. First, we have to deal with the problem at hand.
Too true. For once, you are speaking reasonably.
So what are we going to do about it then, team? Give me something to work with here. Okay. It's kind of concerning that the Sword of the Creator can only be used 9 times. Seeing as how we have had to rely on it a few different times here. But at least now we actually get the exploration of Abyss that I was relying on for last session as well. We need to replenish stuff, man. Alright, what do you guys have to say?
Things were dicey for a bit there. Gotta say, I'm relieved that no harm befell anyone in Abyss. I've made sure that the elderly and children are hidden in their homes. They need to stay safe.
What can I do to help?
Nothing right now, but I might call on you for a favor later. So that's the deal. People are safe for now. But I can't shake the feeling that something's just off. All we can do at this point is focus on the problem staring us in the face.
We've got to get Alfie back. I was abducted once, when I was younger. My captor used me as a test subject in her twisted experiments.
Oh? Oh, really? Interesting. And see, because this is interesting, right? Because I have been wondering why does Happy summon monsters when she sighs? Where do they come from? Why is that just a power that she has? Like, that's insane. That's so far outside the realm of anything else that we've ever seen from any of the other characters, either in Cindered Shadows or in the vanilla game. So what causes that? And again, going into main game spoilers here, so skip the next, like, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, if you don't want to be spoiled. The only 2 characters that we know of who've been experimented on that we've seen before are Lysithea and Edelgard. And they both have the consistency of very pale skin and, like, shock white to platinum blonde pale hair. Both of which apparently came about as a result of what happened with them. Do they both have purple eyes, too? They might. I haven't looked at that before. But explicitly stated, that's because of them being experimented on by those who live there in the dark. Happy doesn't have those things. So either the experiments that were done on her were some sort of a success, it was a different type of experiment altogether, or, kind of in the same vein, it was a different person or group who were experimenting on her. So then the question is, to what end? And we're back. Sorry about that. My capture card software decided that it was time to die a horrible, horrible death, so I had to go and restart it. My apologies. I'm not sure at this point exactly how far into the previous discussion we'll been able to get, because I'm not sure how far back we might have been having sound issues. But to the point being, I'm not entirely sure what kinds of experiments would be done on Happy, although I'm very curious to find out. Let's see what she has to say about it.
Maybe we can just give them the chalice and they'll release him unharmed.
A whole lot of nothing. I'm sure we'll learn more about it soon, though.
Might I have a word? It concerns the blackguards who abducted Elfric. I alluded to it before, but I sincerely believe there is a spy in Abyss.
I think you're right, absolutely. I think I know who it is.
Yuri is exceedingly devoted to his friends, but there are times that he can be a bit too trusting.
Yeah, I mean, even just looking at it from the perspective of what characters have we been introduced to before? Because it's not just going to be some rando, I don't think.
Really?
Unless it's the weird lady in the temple. We have to see if she's still there. Rusted axe, rusted gauntlets. Hasn't really been anything. I guess this would just be female Byleth's room, probably.
Elfric's been taken hostage. Who could do such a dishonorable thing?
Ash.
Abyss needs him. We've got to form a rescue party.
So
I
innocent.
just hope
So
we're
caring.
not getting in over our heads. We don't exactly know what we're dealing with.
What?
Yeah, because then this is our room. Okay. Still nobody over here in the Wayseer's room. Interesting. I will note, too, I haven't looked up how long the DLC is, so it's entirely possible that we still have a ton of content to do, which would be cool.
Ask me, we can't expect to just mosey on by, hand over the chalice, and make it out alive. Nothing sounds better than saving Elfric and roughing up the jerks who took him. It's just, well, as the relentless king of grappling, I'll be fine. But I'm worried about the others.
Oh, Balthus. You big softy. I think they'll be alright. So long as we are able to continuously keep anyone out of the actual, like, Abyss residential area, there aren't going to be any issues to speak of.
Okay.
The Ashen Wolves are strong, but I don't think even they can do this on their own. You'll lend them a hand, won't you, Professor? Please, save Elfric.
Yeah, we're on
It's
it.
gotten pretty dangerous around here, so we've sent all the children back to their home. I hope Elfric's all right.
Welcome.
Okay, first of all, I think we've got
This
so
one?
many bullions to
Thank
sell.
This one? Thank you. This one?
All the
Thank you. This
bullions
one?
to sell.
Thank you. This one? Thank you.
We have a bunch of
This
weapon
one?
repairs we gotta
Thank
do. Yeah, this is... Last couple chapters were pretty rough, I'm not gonna lie.
This one? Thank you. Please come again.
In that same vein, let's do a little bit of inventory management here. Anyone with a rusted weapon needs to not have a rusted weapon on them anymore, first of all. Also, any weapons that they just can't use. Oh, wait, no. That's an iron axe. That she wants. These, though. Okay, then... I do want to redistribute some items here. So let's see, we can get a crescent sickle for Dimitri. We do have a training sword that we could put on somebody. Might not be bad on Byleth just for fueling combat arts. Then we have a bunch of rusted gear. We have a steel bow. Perhaps for... No, Claude already has one for Ash. Ash. Oh, Ash is about to break. Perfect. Take it. Okay. Then we just have some gauntlets and healing items if we do want to distribute. Just because he's quick, I think we'll give a door key to Dimitri for now. We do want to pick up some healing. Let's see.
This one? Thank you. This one? Thank you. Please come
Okay.
again.
Hey there.
Now, I would like to forge some stuff if possible. Specifically, anything we have that's broken would be really good. Or about to break. Because we do have a whole bunch of smithing stones. Let's do this.
Is this it? There you
Some
go.
upgraded iron gear would be really good for everybody.
There you go. Is this it? There you go. Is this it? There you go. Is this? There you go.
Okay, that's looking better. That's looking
Come
better.
back
Okay,
anytime.
perfect. Actually,
Hey
do we
there.
have anything to repair the Sword of the Creator? We do have Umbral Steel. Okay, gotta keep that in mind. Not gonna use it yet, but we can really get it down low and then do it from there. Eleven sword for Yuri.
this one
I
do?
think that's gonna be a play for sure. it might not be a bad idea to get a silver axe on Edelgard. Or even potentially on Hilda. Just give her something with a bit more oomph, you know?
Will this one do? Will this one do? Many thanks.
Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay. That should be everything we need for upgrades and new gear at the moment. Let's get a little bit of healing on people who don't have it. And then I think we'll be good to go for items, at least. Got a concoction here. And steel lance, because our heavy weapon that we have on Dimitri is now the crescent sickle, which is perfect. And we'll get Claude of Vulnerary. Okay. Finally, battalions. That's actually a good point. I didn't think about the fact that we don't have a battalion currently on Hilda, and I'd like to leave her currently as... There you are. I'd like to leave her as a Pegasus Knight so she can get a little bit more speed, because she's frankly been really, really slow right now. We can't get new battalions. We can only replenish.
Farewell.
That's exceedingly awkward. What would be the way to deal with that then? I guess to make Claude a sniper and then give his battalion to Hilda, maybe? We can do that. Might not be a bad idea.
Start over again.
Give him slightly more range, and then... we can do that, and... that. Okay, that's better. That's at least more optimal, at the very least. Maximizing the usage of our resources.
The identities of the Cardinals are a closely guarded secret of the Church. Yet Elfric's status was disclosed in that letter. Could this signal a power struggle within the Church? Or perhaps that's what they want us to believe. Either way, we should pay close attention.
Yeah, I think we know the answer to that one, Edelgard, let's be honest.
We were hoping the Chalice would protect Abyss, but it's the reason Elfric got captured. That's ironic. The people here really adore him. I'm sure they'd appreciate our help getting him back. Then again, are we getting too involved? Maybe we should leave before we make things any worse.
That's quitter talk, Hilda. We all know you're a quitter, but I won't tolerate it nonetheless.
So it turns out old Elfric is a cardinal, huh? Hard to imagine such an important figure getting abducted.
Maybe that's why his robes are black and red.
We have the chalice.
Maybe it's a status symbol.
Use the thing too. I doubt they just plan to decorate their mantle with it.
According to the legend that Elfric shared with us, the chalice has the power to bring back the dead. Are his captors hoping to resurrect someone? Or perhaps they simply intend to sell it for an exorbitant payoff.
Good questions to ask. Good questions to ask. Ah! Here's our mysterious woman. I have seen nothing. Sure you have.
I've seen nothing. I have been here, in this place, where I always am. You cannot think it was me who did something. I am full of innocence.
I am full of innocence. Now she sounds like someone from Dagda. Or Brigid, I should say. Because that's kind of how Petra talks. Curiouser and curiouser.
The leader of the group that took Elfric. I've seen him before. He wouldn't hesitate to slaughter an entire town if he stood to gain even a little by it. His laugh chills me to the bone.
Okay, who is he? If you've seen him before, tell us about him. Give us some intel. We need to know who we're fighting here, lady. Come on.
I was speaking with Happy earlier, and it dawned on me that she may possess a unique crest. Perhaps it's linked to the Four Apostles. If so, then in the chasm... No, there isn't enough to back that up. Oh, sorry, Professor. I need to think on this longer before sharing my theories.
There isn't enough to back that up. Really. Other than the fact that the 4 mysterious individuals with crests that we don't know stood in front of the rock wall, which then shattered and revealed the chalice to us. But we don't have enough to go off of.
Hey,
Okay, Linhart.
Listen up. I've got something to report. And it's me.
Oh no.
I'm a failure. A farce. An insult to the noble title of Abyss Keeper. Master Aelfric's done so much for me. I wanted to pay him back one day, but instead, I let this happen. I'll never make this up to him. Yeah, I'm disgusted with myself. Don't look at me, I'm a monster.
Oh, buddy. It's okay. You can't be blamed.
Aelfric is a prominent figure in the church. If the Archbishop hears what happened, she might send the Knights of Seiros. That'd make things complicated. Folks down here don't trust him.
That'd be interesting. Could you imagine if we had like a 3-way battle between golems, us, I guess it'd be a 4-way battle, golems and phantom soldiers, us, the brigands, and then the Knights of Seiros? That'd be insane.
It all happened so fast. They forced their way in and took Aelfric. There was nothing I could do. We all wanted to fight, but Aelfric stopped us. He always thinks of others first, even if it means sacrificing himself.
Oh, how convenient. Oh yeah, I guess we are done here. Huh, okay. Interesting. Well, if that is indeed the case, let's see what happens before the next battle, shall we?
We really lucked out there. Fewer injuries than I would have expected, and most were minor. I suppose the only conclusion we can draw is that they really were after Aelfric all this time.
Perhaps they were instructed to avoid unnecessary casualties.
By Aelfric.
Is that Aelfric guy really a cardinal? Are the secret cardinals really a thing? I thought that was a myth.
Hard to believe. Did you folks in the Ashen Wolves know that?
No, that's news to me. The identity of the Cardinals is top secret, even within the church. He never would have told us something like that. Oh, except maybe Yuri.
He and I talk about a lot of things. But right now, I'd say we have more important topics to discuss than his title. Aelfric's been kidnapped.
Well, did you know it or did you not know it, Yuri?
Even if it is in the name of rescuing him, we simply cannot hand over the chalice to those scoundrels.
Let's just give them the thing and be done with it.
Professor, I came as fast as I could when I heard the report.
Oh, well, here we go. Knights of Seiros indeed.
Is this loud, excitable knight a friend of yours?
I gotta go with this just to mess with Aloise, as always.
Professor, I love a good joke myself, but that one was rather cruel, don't you think? Now, about Aelfric's kidnapping. Since he's an important member of the Church, we must use any means necessary to find him. That said, most of the Holy Knights have been deployed to deal with the Western Church.
Sure, but any knights are better than no knights, yeah?
I like your attitude, though I'm still embarrassed that we're not in full force. But hey, at least we're quite forceful.
Here, take this letter. We believe it was left by whoever kidnapped the Cardinal.
Yuri's so
In it,
pissed, it's great.
The enemy clearly spells out their plan. They're after a chalice that was hidden beneath Abyss.
A chalice? Chalice? Ah, do you mean the chalice? But no, why would it be there? I've never heard anything about it being stowed away in Abyss.
Then this is gonna come as a shock, pal.
What in the goddess's name? Is that really the chalice from the legends?
The probability of that is unassailably high, yes.
It was guarded by a bunch of giant creepy toys. There was powerful magic protecting it and everything.
No need to beg, like literally we saw it.
If you say so. Wow. That means the story about the chalice being bound was true. Well, what's done is done. Oh, but I guess it's not done just yet. I must report this to Lady Rhea at once.
Well, that's going to end poorly. Oh. I wasn't expecting a save there. Are we going to launch right into battle, or... Oh.
Cindered Shadows. Betrayal.
Color me surprised.
So that is what transpired. This is indeed the Chalice of Beginnings. It matches the descriptions in the few records of it that remain.
Don't beat around the bush. What's our punishment?
You removed a most sacred treasure. Truly, it is my obligation to mete out punishment for that transgression. However, you also helped the Church locate a valuable artifact. In light of this good deed, I shall forgive the bad one. I do wonder...
Ooh, what's on your mind?
I am wondering whether your presence had anything to do with the artifact's unbinding, Professor. As per the Church Chronicles, the four apostles secured the chalice with powerful magic. The only way to release the chalice is by using the four crests passed down through their bloodlines. However, given the special power you possess, perhaps you were able to unlock it yourself.
Questionable. Questionable.
There is no knowing at present.
But how could we know?
I keep the chalice somewhere safe. As for Aelfric, I assure you that the knights will find and return him in due time. I consider him to be one of my many children, after all. I will not allow harm to befall him.
Lady Rhea, might I ask a moment of your time? We cannot be expected to give up our endeavor. The enemy stated most clearly that if the knights are involved, our dear Aelfric is finished. We owe him so much. If there is any possibility that his life is in danger, the risk is too great to chance.
True. The knights are strong and all, but they're liable to get him killed.
My apologies.
We can take care of it, with Chatterbox's help.
Chatterbox's help?
Professor has the strength of a
Chatterbox? Is that her name for Aelfric? Or not Aelfric, Eloise?
Got this. How about it, Rhea? We've been through too damned much to get here. Leave the chalice and Aelfric to us. You won't regret it.
Lady Rhea, please.
I'll take full responsibility. We're responsible like that.
If you join your power with theirs, yes, perhaps there is hope.
I hope we actually get Aloise as a playable unit. Like, I mean, obviously you get him in the base game too, but I like the guy, and I'll take any excuse to use him more. Plus, just having more units available to us is always.
As you wish. I shall entrust you with the chalice.
Your Grace, the chalice is a legendary treasure. You can't just hand it over to those underground...
That is quite enough. There is no cause to worry, I assure you. There will be no further discussion on the matter. Even if we lost hold of the chalice, it would be impossible for the thieves to make use of it. Though it was created to return a life that was lost, I doubt that anyone alive knows how to accomplish that feat.
I mean, even if that's what it was created for, the apostles failed when they tried to do it, so does it even work? Like, we don't know. There's no evidence.
If someone were to successfully replicate the ritual, it would perhaps be the work of fate.
Hey, boss. Been meaning to ask. How'd you end up down here in Abyss?
What is this? Some sort of interrogation?
Yeah, you've never been big on sharing. I mean, you know all about me, and there's still so much I don't know about you.
Look, I get it. Talking about the past isn't easy. But I'm curious, yeah? So get to it. I've got all day.
Do you now? Well, I guess now's as good a time as any to tell you. I'm here because I killed some people from the church.
Oh.
That cannot be!
Wow. That was like an immediate reaction from Constance. Like, oh, easy, girl. Relax. What do you mean by that?
Originally, I attended the academy as Count Ro's adopted kid. There came a point when the church ordered me to wipe out some members from my old gang. Told me it was part of some important mission.
Who is this old gang you speak of?
They were nothing more than common thieves to someone like you, Constance. Anyway, they're like family to me. So naturally, I protested my orders. Things got pretty heated, and, well, the rest is history.
That's some story, pal. You're damn lucky they didn't execute you.
You're telling me. Alfred stepped in and implored them to spare my life. Told them to consider the circumstances. It's not so different for the rest of you. I'm sure he helped all of us out in different ways.
He did. I was about to be thrown in the monastery's underground jail. People thought I was dangerous, what with my gift and all. It's dark and dingy here, but it sure beats a prison cell. Alfie really saved my neck.
Back to the point. Balthus, what was it you were so curious about? You had ideas regarding why our enemies may be clawing after the chalice, perhaps?
No, nothing like that. But I am hung up on something Rhea said. That binding on the chalice was linked to the 4 apostles, yeah? I know I've got Chevalier's...
Sorry, but mind if I cut in?
Resident Crest Scholar Linhart stepping in.
What is it? Can't you see we're busy?
Easy, Happy.
But I just remembered something. Something important. Specifically, the names of the apostles. Oban, Chevalier, Noah, and Timotheus. The 4 apostles whose bloodlines were lost to time.
Just casually remembered it right here.
Might have thoughts about all that?
No use hiding it now, Constance. Let's lay all of our cards on the table. As for me, I've got the major crest of Chevalier. When I enrolled at the academy, the church ordered me to keep that tidbit to myself. So I did.
And I've got the major crest of Oban. Never did sort out how it is I have this thing.
As for me, the blood of Saint Noah courses through my veins. This is kept hidden, even from the Empire.
So they knew.
Which probably means mine's from Timotheus. I do have a vague recollection of being told my crest is rare.
So the 4 crests, which were presumed lost, have all been gathered into the same house.
All thanks to our buddy Elfric, it would seem.
Now Elfric has been abducted. Why could that be? If it was the chalice they were after, they could have stolen it from us without the need for anything sly.
Maybe someone had it out for him. Or maybe he messed around with the wrong people.
Or it could just be unrelated entirely. We're trying to untangle this mess by tying more knots into it. I mean, Balthus, you landed here on accident, didn't you? It's not like that's linked to the rest of us. And I could just as easily have never ended up down here, you know? You're jumping at shadows.
Yeah, unless Alfred, like, engineered everything that happened to them.
Let's get our act together and head to the chapel ruins.
Interesting that they all know that they had the crests. Like, the implication this whole time has been that they didn't, or at least that's how it came across. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, it's certainly interesting, don't get me wrong.
Professor.
Oh! We get more exploration. Okay, fair enough. Well, in the interest of time, I'm going to call this one here, because we're already starting to get pretty long. Next episode, we will, I guess, start with some exploration, and we'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll have 2 exploration episodes back-to-back. Maybe we'll have an exploration episode today, and exploration and a battle next time? Unsure. Kind of just seeing how it all unfolds as we go. So, we'll have to find out. For now, thank you all so much for watching. I am recording this in the midst of the quarantine virus situation that we have going on. YouTube algorithm might yell at me for that, but I mean, what can you do? So, with that in mind, I hope this all provides you a little bit of entertainment. If you or someone else you know is stuck inside and needs a little bit of something to take their mind off things for a while, hey, maybe suggest this video to them or suggest the channel. It's always good to have more eyes on it after all. And, well, if I can help anyone in these weird times that we're in right now, then that'll make me happy. But for now, I hope you all have a good night, good afternoon, a good morning, whenever it is you're watching this. And stay safe out there. Stay healthy, okay? We'll get through this. Until the next time, though, remember, be good to each other. Bye-bye!
Reach for my hand, I'll soar away into the dawn. Oh, I wish I could stay here and share.